Hello and welcome to Gaia GPS. This is where we come pull cards for the Astro week ahead. I am Mimi and I'm here with Nicole Oman.
Hi.
And we're going to dive in. So we're diving in a little bit later in this week because on our last GPS we already pulled the cards for the moon in Scorpio. And the moon is taking us through Scorpio all the way into Wednesday early morning. So we're starting with the moon shifting into Sagittarius on Wednesday. And I want to just mention with this moon through Sagittarius, we're going to get into this with our next set, but we have Libra Capricorn squares coming, major Libra Capricorn squares. So remember this through this first reading, because that's going to be feeding in through all the energy this week. I am going to start with my card from the Keepers of the Light. My favorite, I've got the Mary Magdalene card. And Mary Magdalene says, teacher awakens. You have something important to share. Follow that inner call and don't let anything stop you. And from Osho, I've got the guidance card and I've got the change card. And what I'm getting from this, and with the energy of the moon in Sagittarius, the moon in Sagittarius tunes us into the philosopher and the expansion energy of Sagittarius. And that's what I'm kind of getting from these energies together is, everything that's around you has the potential to teach you. Whether it's teaching, I don't want to do that in my life, or yes, that can benefit me in my life. There's a lot of different ways of looking at whatever is around you. And this is meant to bring that change in your life. So really honor these energies that are coming around you. Don't just get stuck in I'm going to go into the Capricorn Libra thing. I'm right, and I've got this right, and I know what I'm doing kind of energy, because I think we may feel that tension this week with the Capricorn Libra. They're cardinal signs. They want to both be the leader. So you may be feeling that. Let the teacher in everything awaken, including the teacher within you. And that's what I really get with this guidance card is, letting your higher guidance come in, teach you. If you're not sure what's going on in a situation, my life right now, then, take some time, get quiet, and let the universe kind of help you go through this, because you'll be able to help others through this at another point, but you've got to kind of work with yourself through these energies. And like I said, you're going to find that combativeness all around you as we go through the resistance of these squares. The other card that I have from the Doreen Virtue Angel Therapy cards, I have the Clear Yourself card. And so this may be part of it too, with these squares coming up. I find myself talking more about the squares than the moon in Sagittarius. But get clear. It says, ask the angels to release any toxic energies you may have absorbed. What I feel is that, we may be tempted to go down old paradigms, old paths, and these energies are meant to teach you something new. So listen to your guidance. And if it's feeling like you're kind of following the old way, falling back into old patterns, that may be your clue to do a little energy clearing. Imagine yourself, I don't know, pouring light through your chakras or pouring water through your chakras, shifting, do a little energy shifting at that point if you feel yourself following old patterns, because this is an energy of change. Nicole?
Yeah, so I have this interesting energy with this moon in Sagittarius as well. I have the stress card in reverse, and I have the burden card in reverse, and these are kind of bookending this energy. So you don't have to feel stressed out. You don't have to be burdened. It's kind of your choice. It's in reverse. So, you can work with this energy, and so it was very interesting the way these came out. These bookended, and in the middle, 3 cards appeared. And we have the silence card, the nothingness, and the beyond illusion. And if you look at these cards next to each other, they have a similar theme going on. They both have their eyes closed. They both look meditative. They both have this source in the third eye. So this is calming the mind. This is getting to a blank space. Your mind, your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, maybe even pain in your body is making you feel stressed or overburdened or overworked or overwhelmed. But the way that you can balance this energy is getting really still, breathing and realizing that everything is okay right in this moment. There is change happening, and you are becoming, you're going from being one part of yourself to another. And as this transition happens, if we try to control it or we try to manipulate it in any way, you're only going to stress yourself out more. And that mind is saying, but you're not doing anything. You're being lazy, or you're procrastinating, or blah, blah, blah. Well, maybe you just need time to go within to really feel in to what you actually need. I have the Sacred Pool card from the Enchanted Map deck by Colette Baron Reid. And this talks about whatever you're focusing on, you're going to create. You are a mirror out into the world. So whatever's going on internally, what you're manifesting, or what is reflected to you, or what you are it's like a magnet. What you're magnetizing to you is what's going on in here. So you might want to pull back for now. You might not want to overshare right now. You might want to just go within and isolate in a way that's not like, the isolation card always makes me think of like you're isolating, you're hiding, but this isn't this. This is being like self-care, being quiet, being in your energy, being in your space, and really going in and seeing why you're getting all these stressful things and why that's being reflected to you. If you change your inward life, you will change your outward life. So this is an energy to really start going in here and making new agreements of what you want to focus on, so you're less stressed out, you're less burdened, and you make you more of a priority right now, is what I'm getting.
I think that's so perfect. That's so perfect with these Libra Capricorn squares. So starting on Wednesday, we have the first of our Libra Capricorn squares, and we're going to have, over the period of a few days, Mars squaring Jupiter, Sun squaring Pluto, then the Moon is going to move into Capricorn, and Mercury is going to move into Libra. So we're going to have the Moon square Mercury, we're going to have the Moon square Jupiter, and then the Sun squaring the Moon, and then the Moon conjunct Pluto. So we're going to have, and the Moon's going to conjunct Mars in there too. So it's a lot of this Mars Libra energy. And like I said, these are cardinal signs. So they're both like, I'm in the lead, I know what I'm doing, don't tell me what to do kind of energy. And we've got strong planets in these signs, the Mars energy, the Pluto energy, the Jupiter energy, and then the Sun and the Moon. So it's not like these are just like la-di-da planets. These are like some big lessons. And I really like what Nicole said about coming back in and taking care of you. And I ultimately believe that is the new vision that we are being asked to hold in this energy. Libra, all this Libra energy, what I've been focusing on in the scopes, is that energy of self-love, of coming into harmony with yourself, with your truth, with your path, with your energy, with your inner masculine, feminine energies. And Capricorn, Capricorn has been going through changes. Capricorn is kind of like the status quo. This is how things have been. This is the structure of things. Capricorn has had Pluto going through it for many years now, and for many more years in the future, kind of shifting what the status quo has been. So these Libra Capricorn squares are doing that same thing to us. They're shifting where our priorities have been. And for many of us, our priorities have been like, let me look good to the world. Let me fit in with the status quo. Let me work with the structure of things. And now instead, there's this shift. How do I feel? What is right for me? What's in alignment with my own integrity? This is the new vision that we're holding in this energy. However, those squares, it shows us our resistance. And, as we break old patterns, there will be resistance. And like Nicole, I have the silence card. Taking that time to go in, take some retreat, take some silence, find out what those priorities are for you, find out what that new vision looks like, feels like for you. What does it feel like when you're in harmony with yourself? I've got the politics card, and I think this is where we all have been. We have all been in this place where like, okay, well, let me put on a mask and go to work, these 8 hours and show up and not talk back to my boss. I'm not telling you to go talk back to your boss, by the way, but not talk back to my boss and like come home, cook dinner, blah, 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 all these things. And then by, you know, the weekend you're worn out and you're like, I can't survive. And so many of us have been trying to sustain this path, and it's like, you've got to take off these masks. And I don't know how to tell you how to do it. However, I think the universe wants to help you find what this new vision is for you if you take some time. I've got the adventure card. So I recommend looking at this energy like an adventure. Like, okay, the universe is going to test my love for myself, my willingness to get in alignment with myself, my willingness to walk my talk. You know, I've been saying, we need peace in this world. We need peace in this world. And yet I'm at battle within myself. Well, it's going to take an adventurous spirit and a willingness to listen to ourselves to work through this energy. It's also going to take a big ass energy, and I got that here. I have the Kali card. Kali Ma, facing fear, major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. And I'm going to read the message in here. This is a time when you're able to look fear in the eye and move away from it. Fear is just energy. Energy can be changed. This can be an intense experience because the human self is so conditioned that it may be used to operating with fear present. When the fear is gone, it may feel as though emptiness is there, but this is the space for love and miracles to enter. You are being filled with courage of spirit now so that you can move from this phase of your life to the next. Trust the process. Call on Kali Ma to help you release your fear and step into the space that's strong, focused, and courageous. Focused on that harmony with yourself. And what I love, which is so perfect, is that my card from the Angel Therapy is the Heart Chakra card, and says the answer you seek is in your heart right now. Be open to giving and receiving love. So this energy, you may feel that push-pull outside of yourself. You may feel that resistance. It's asking you to come in. It's asking you to look at these places where you are still submitting to the old shoulds and all of, you know, all that Capricorn status quo entails because of that fear, and start seeing how you personally, based on your own inner truth, can move through this. But here we've got Kali helping us out through this, helping us break this old paradigm. So it's not easy. It's not going to happen overnight. However, I have faith in all of us as we, you know, take these baby steps into the new vision. Nicole?
I'm also wondering what's going to happen on I'm back.
Are you echoing?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, I'll mute you.
Well, I'm not now. I don't know why. Okay, so I'm really curious to see what happens in the world and in this whole Libra Capricorn square thing. You got the politics card. A lot of that crazy stuff is coming out right now. And if you look at that, I mean, that's exactly what it almost feels like. Capricorn and Libra square is what the election is about right now. So if you know, I'll just let you sit with that one. Okay, so what I'm getting, I also have the new vision card like Mimi does. And so I'm getting there is this rebirth of yourself. And I have the rebirth card, and it's in reverse. I have this rebirth card for yourself, but before you can rebirth, you have to, I love the card because it has all these little things in it, if you can really look. So here we are, down in this mud, down in the heaviness, down in the trenches. And through that mud, through that struggle, through that frustration comes a birthing of sort, a new part of ourselves, a new awareness. There's this person with the wings, and they have a freedom. It's almost like this cocoon, caterpillar cocoon, butterfly transitional energy. And it feels like, because I have the birth card, and that always has 3 faces too. And it feels like 3 different layers of yourself being birthed through this. And the sacred geometry is physical reality for our physical self, our soul, and our spirit, okay? So all 3 are going through this big cocoon butterfly phase, this transformation, and you are being guided through all of this. I also think on another level, the collective human consciousness is going through this same thing. So you're going to go into it as an individual, and you're also going to see it out in the world at the same time. I keep seeing this kind of layered thing, like it's we are one and we are one. So as we go through it, you're going to see the planet going through that and the human consciousness going through that. And this this Capricorn energy, I have this control in reverse. It's letting go of the old system, the old patriarch, the old control paradigm, like Mimi was saying, this old status quo. But don't be afraid if the status quo or the old way is crumbling. It needs to crumble for the birth to happen. I am not surprised Kali Ma is in this energy for us individually and as a collective. She's coming down to spin this. She has this like weapon she's showing me. She has this thing and she's like whipping change in the air because the old patriarch has to crumble so we can birth new empowerment for everyone and for ourselves on this planet. So we don't compromise ourselves. We don't compromise our integrity. We don't compromise the feminine. And that's happening within you. And you have to have courage to birth yourself from this darkness and also hold on to faith and hope that even if it looks messy in our lives and what's going on in the world right now, that it is going to, you are going to be stronger through it all, and that the collective consciousness will be stronger for it all. We will be more mature. We will be more, we will take more responsibility and maybe create new systems in your life, and we will create systems as a whole that will actually work for the greater good of everyone involved. Through this time, however, so Wednesday, this whole week, again, which this is so much better than, they gave me a new word because I didn't like the word isolation, is the solitude card. It's okay to take solitude within yourself. It's okay to kind of get yourself off of Facebook for the week. Get yourself off of media detox. It's funny because my Artist Way class is about to go into a media detox. So it's for you guys. But you guys, to really find what's in here instead of having everybody's opinions coming at you all at once. You need to get your own inner guidance and find that safety in here and know that everything that's happening is happening for your highest and greatest benefit. All the things that are crumbling, shattering, breaking, it's okay. It's just uncomfortable, but you'll be okay and you'll be better off on the other side.
Awesome. I was wondering about that. I was like, wouldn't that be funny if it's the time for the media, whatever, break on there? Yeah. Woo! Have fun, guys. Watch this before you go. So the next thing that we have is Mercury shifting into Libra. Mercury shifting into Libra on Friday. Again, Mercury shifting into Libra will be part of this interacting with the Capricorn Libra squares, as the moon's also going to be shifting into Capricorn on Friday. And Mercury in Libra, I think is going to feel like such a, despite all the squares, oh yeah, thank you, because we've had Mercury in Virgo since August, and that's a really long time for our poor little attention spans. Because of the retrograde. It went all the way through Virgo and then retrograded halfway through and now is pulling out. And as it pulls out and into Libra, we get out of that Mercury retrograde shadow. So yay! I have beautiful cards. I actually have, here's that rebirth card like Nicole had. And I've got the Fool and the Harmony card. And when we think of the Libra energy, which, how appropriate, Mercury is the planet of thinking, we think of the energy of love, relationships, balance, harmony. And that's what's, being asked of us in this card, to harmonize our mind and our hearts. And I've got from the Keepers of the Light, I have Lady Nada, Heart Awakening, awaken to acceptance and divine love, give and receive in balance. Didn't I have another message that said give and receive in balance? I feel like I keep hearing that right now. Give and receive in balance. And that card, this is so Libra, the energy, but it's about working with the mind to work with your divine heart, to work with your feelings, to not be so mind oriented. And I think that's part of what we need to, I can't believe I'm going to go here. Sorry, people. that's kind of what we need in this world right now, is a little bit of that heart balance. Because what just popped into my head is like the Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter thing. There is a meme going around that I love. I stay away from politics on Facebook, so I'm like shocked that I'm going here, but this is what I really feel. All lives matter means, you know, all poor lives matter, all the Syrian lives matter, all Black lives matter, all Native American lives matter. You know, we have this, you know, some people when they're saying, you know, all lives matter, but no, keep these people out, let's put this wall up. And so this is part of where we need to open our hearts, because whether you are Black Lives Matter or you are all lives matter in that scheme of the Syrian refugee lives matter and the children that are starving lives matter, you know, the true essence of all lives matter, which is not the true essence of most of it here, most people saying it. It's time to get into your heart, because we're all one. We are one and we are one. I'm going into Nicole's thing. We have to open our hearts. Our hearts are so closed. We have been so brainwashed. And part of this is even in ourselves. We are so brainwashed against how we're not good, how we have all these faults, we have all these flaws, we're imperfect, we've done bad shit. And the universe is like, you're out of harmony. You're out of harmony with yourself. Your heart is closed to yourself, and your heart is closed to everybody else. We have to come into this place of divine love. And it does start. It does start here with ourselves. And here I have this card to help us get into it with ourselves, because it always starts at home. Be willing to forgive. Ask the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. We need a little bit of this peace within us, without us, and we need to come into this energy of opening our heart. But the universe needs it. And so this transit of Mercury through Libra is giving us the opportunity to work with our minds to start accepting the love that our hearts can really generate. The heart's a generator, but the mind is not always accepting. So let's start accepting the love that our hearts are generating, and work with the areas, those blocks, with some forgiveness for ourselves to move beyond that. Nicole?
Yeah, I have some interesting cards there. You know, I mean, I'm trying to figure out the whole Libra energy with this, and they keep telling me it's about Libra and Mercury, and so look at it that way, like the essence of what Libra and Mercury means. So, you know, Libra is this energy of, you know, they're the peacekeepers, but they also like justice. It's also about how we relate to each other. And the card topping all of this is the projections card in reverse. So as we are, I'm going to tell you to do something and you're not going to like it, but it's, the projections card is really interesting. So if you're having an altercation with somebody, or you're really angry with somebody right now, it's almost like I want you to write a letter to them. And then after you write the letter, I want to cross out their name and then write your name. And then I want you to read it. Because there's some sort of mirroring energy that's happening. And you have to look at it as what you're looking at is also something that you're dealing with. And God, I'm like, oh, when I see myself kind of like having a confrontation with my husband, and I'm like, I'm doing this too. I'm doing the same thing that I'm getting mad at him doing. And so that's the energy that I'm getting. And it's not about, you know, being hard on yourself about it. But if you're being hard on someone else about it, it's also because you're kind of frustrated with yourself on doing that same thing. So whatever you're communicating, I want you to kind of look at it as though you have a part, or you might be doing that exact same thing, and that might be a blind spot for you. But I'm also getting this going with the flow card in the middle of all this. So through it, it's like trying to find, you know, just go with the flow. Things might be a little weird, but just go with the flow. I have this innocence card in reverse. So through letting go of some of these projections, you'll be letting go of a certain amount of, I just pulled the suppression card. You'll be moving through, like you might feel suppressed by other people, but where are you suppressing yourself is what needs to be looked at more than anything else. And that is where the innocence can come back through. And it's not that and why I have the innocence card too is I don't think this is any, like, nobody's being malicious here. I think that it's kind of just unconscious patterns of behavior that are working themselves through. So if you're feeling suppressed by somebody, I don't think they're being overtly like trying to bring you down. I'm getting more like, this is just kind of this dynamic. And if we all take responsibility for it, and we take responsibility and we start communicating in a different way, what happens is you can have forgiveness for them because you'll realize it's not an attack on you is what I'm getting. It's not an attack. But I got this slow and steady card. It's like, all right, just be gentle with this and just kind of, one step at a time to break free of these old patterns of behavior. This is definitely an old pattern of behavior. You have to trust your experience more. You have to trust that everything that's happening to you and on the planet is exactly the way it should be. Even if you don't understand it, it's still happening exactly the way it should be. Even all this crazy energy with the cops and the Black lives and the all of it, it's all happening for a certain amount of breaking the old system so a new system can be formed so we can all start taking care of each other betterly.
Mercury is still in its shadow. It's allowed.
Betterly. So we can all take care of each other in a better way. And that is all the processes of moving. We know that this old system is not working, and we know we need a new one. And right now we're in this limbo period, and this feels weird because we're not here or we're not here yet. We're in limbo. So in this limbo, you got to trust the limbo period, the breakdown period, and just know that you are going to make it on the other side safely, more secure, and with better structure and better awareness and more responsibility, with more maturity. You will make it on the side with more maturity, and so will all of us, hopefully. I don't know. I'm holding faith on this. I mean, I'm seeing some weird immaturity popping up, but I have faith that we're growing through this. This is just growing pains.
Definitely growing through this. So our final aspect of the week is the moon shifting into Capricorn. So the moon is shifting into Capricorn on Friday as well, to engage in all the Libra Capricorn squares. And I've got two cards that are kind of in alignment. So I'm going to start with these. I've got Horus, Cosmic Gateway, says your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. And it's basically asking, like, you're telling you, you're connected to the universe. Are you praying? Are you working with the universe to manifest? And I have alongside of the Horus card, the Cosmic Gateway, have you asked your angels for help with this? Your angels want to help you with this situation. However, they require your permission before they can intervene in your free will choices. And as I had these two cards sitting here with me, I was like, oh, this is so Capricorn to like be reminded you can ask for help. Capricorn, there's a picture out there somewhere that has pictures of goats on this, like walking up a vertical mountain. They're like just hanging out on this vertical mountain being like, yeah, I'm on my way up there. That's the spirit of Capricorn. It's like, I don't care how hard it is. I'm going to conquer this mountain. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it from my own space of willpower with the strong Mars energy in there and with Pluto energy in there. There is like this unsuppressible, and then with the moon joining in, this unsuppressible spirit that's like, I'm going to make it to the top of the mountain. And the universe is like, you are trying so hard. And sometimes there's that, thing, but sometimes we got to try, but trying is lying. Like, this is an opportunity to ask the universe for some help. Now I've got the guilt card with this. And what was coming up for me? There was like a whole story because it was like, I'm not feeling guilt so much as unworthiness. That's the energy. I think our guilt within us a lot of time leads us to forgetting our worthiness. Here we have the worthiness of the divine light, the source that is in us all. We're like, old Catholic guilt. Lord, I'm not worthy to receive you. I grew up Catholic. I said that every weekend every day, depending on how often I was at church, depending on my family's rules at that point. So much guilt that's like, I'm not worthy. I can't ask for help. This is my karma. This is what I have to do. And the universe is like, stop. It's okay. Ask for help. You do not have to power through with your own goat, energy. Work with the universe. I've got the integration card, and I think this is integrating with your own divine light, your own divine manifestor within you. You do not have to power your way through. You don't have to prove that you're worthy to the universe anymore. You were born worthy. Ask for help. If something is really hard for you at this time, ask your angels for help. Be willing to surrender. I think the world needs a little bit more of that energy of like, instead of like powering through, we wear ourselves out. Ask for help. Tell people what's really, the people that love you, what's really going on with you. And then see what comes about for you. Do not keep yourself in this like lower place, or even in the place of, I have to show up and make sure that I look good and look okay for society. This is what these squares ultimately are hoping to take us away from, that place, so that we can come together in that integration, in this place of like heart and mind and love and, all my hippy dippy things that are coming out of me right now, but it's true. So if you're finding yourself in that place starting on Friday and moving through the weekend of like, I have to do this, this is a sign to back off, ask the universe for help, and see where you're maybe trying to power through, where you're meant to come together, either with the universe or somebody else. Use that spirit of Libra to work in harmony with other energy beyond just your own. Nicole?
Yeah, I also have the source card, and it's in reverse and it's in the past. So I also get with this energy, and Capricorn really likes to push, like she was saying, like Mimi was saying, like this push energy. And I'm sorry, but I don't think you're going to be able to. I have the laziness card. I have the deep freeze card. I have the patience in reverse card. And I have the ordinariness card. And I have the ripeness in reverse, or the readiness in reverse. There is a brick wall. You are not going to be able to just push through this one. You're not going to, this is like a brick wall covered in cement, then covered in you can't butt your head through it, and Capricorn or Taurus through this. You can't just, or Aries ram it. You can't. You have to sit. And I have the solitude card again. Solitude card, it's like you have to, it's like they're trapping you in a room where you have to deal with yourself. And what you need to focus on is self-love and self-esteem. Self-love and self-esteem. Self-love and self-esteem. You are trapped in a room in this energy, and the Capricorn energy has to butt you here right in the gut, where our solar plexus is, because that's where self-love, self-esteem, and self-acceptance is. And that's why you are not allowed to move out of this energy you're in. They're saying you're not ready yet. You're just not ready to move forward because your will, your self-will, your inner will, your God's will isn't aligned, because you don't believe you're worthy enough yet. And until you believe you embody that worthiness, we're going to sit in this room and you're going to just relax. And can you do, like, you could sit in a mirror and do exercises and things like that, but you just have to relax and surrender to this energy, because it might just be pushing through you. But you can do like mirror work. You can say these beautiful things to yourself. You got to believe them. You got to believe that they're true, right? And that's a big thing. It's like you can say them to yourself all day long, but if you're still having a hard time believing them, that's those little areas that self-love needs to penetrate. And then you can have that response, and you can open those things up and really embody the worth upgrade that you need. I also, I have this patience. You're still in this gestational period. And then this is the card I was looking for, the ordinariness card. So what I'm getting from that is, if you really just stay, take a walk, do things, like look at simplistic things, like the leaves falling off the trees right now. That's really it's beautiful, you know. So look at the simplicity. Get more simple than pushing forward.
Perfect. I love it. Garbage trucks there, I guess, huh? I heard it pull up. It wasn't that loud, but I heard it pull up. I just thought it was a spaceship. So that's it for this week. I mean, it's not as, it's a lot. It's going to feel like a lot. You're going to feel those squares at resistance, you know. I think that we offered you some really good tools for this energy. But if you like, you can always book a reading, especially if you are like one of the cardinal signs, Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, Aries, you know, you may need a little walking through. So you can always check out GaiaBlooming.com for readings. I think Nikki still has her, I know she was saying she may be taking down readings after a little bit, but I think you still have your readings up right now, yeah?
Well, my readings are up. I'll probably, I don't know, we'll see how long I will. I mean, I've been kind of going back and forth with it. I am going to either take them off the table or I'm going to bump up the prices really high, because if somebody really needs me, I will do that. It's just I am needing to focus on this, but I am keeping them out for at least a few weeks to a month. I mean, I am going to like let that stay. So yeah, I will be offering that, and then but you'll see some other things I'm offering instead. So, you know, more people will be able to get the information.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So anything else?
No, I think that's it.
That's it for us then this week. Good luck. You know, heart speed with you. And we'll see you next week. Namaste.
Namaste.